Hi, this is Rachel, and you're watching Sheen Magazine TV. And as you know, we are always on the scene. And guess what? Today is no different. Today, we are at the world premiere of the film Babylon. Now, this is the Marc Platt film that's starring Margot, Robbie, Brad Pitt, Calva, and a host of other super talented actors that we all know and love. And you know that Sheen will be here to capture all those interviews for you, so you want to keep it locked right here to Sheen Magazine TV. Okay, so obviously I don't need to introduce the person that I'm standing next to, but Mr. Brad Pitt, how are you?
I'm okay, thanks.
Just okay?
Yeah.
I feel like you should be really like psyched, because this is a big hit. You know this is a big hit, right?
Good these days.
Okay. All right, so I can only ask you one question because, obviously you're a man in high demand, but so the character that you play in the film, it felt like I was just watching you. He's this big star. He's got a lot of admirers. Everybody loses their minds when he walks into the room. Did you feel like there was a lot that you had in common between you and the lead character, the guy that you played?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. It was, it was much wilder then, I gotta say. Much, much wilder. By all reports, yeah, much. We don't get to have that much fun these days, but like that, not like that. Yeah, we have responsibilities. But yeah, there were certainly things I could relate to. A lot of it's about the process, about making the film, getting the, and that certainly felt bang on for me.
So that shift from talkies to from silence to talkies, do you think there's ever going to be another big shift in Hollywood like that, where a lot of people fall to the wayside moving forward?
I think it'll be that seismic, but I don't know. Maybe we go all to computer-generated actors. You know what I mean?
That would be tragic. They've already started with the models. You know that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's scary. And they don't need us anymore.
No, oh my God. No, hopefully that day is not coming anytime soon. We need a Brad Pitt. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. So I'm standing here with Calva. Now you have one of the biggest roles on this film. Congratulations, first and foremost. How are you?
Muy bien, muchas gracias. Thank you.
Oh, I love that. Listen, I know I can only ask you one question, but I was told by a little bird that they actually had to come and find you in Mexico because they had to find a very particular person to play this character. Did you see this day coming that you'd be cast in this huge film so quick?
Never, honestly, never. Sometimes your dreams are even smaller than reality. I really like to say that I dream big, but this was way bigger.
Well, they're pulling me away from you. I wish you had more time with you, but you did phenomenal, and congratulations on this big film.
Hi, my name is Jovan Adepo, and you're watching Sheen Magazine.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be standing here next to Jovan Adepo. How are you, sir?
Fantastic. Couldn't be happier.
Listen, you look absolutely dapper.
Thank you.
I love the whole lapel and everything. But listen, the reason I'm also so excited to see is because you're the biggest, you have the biggest black patch on this film. And listen, being that it's a film about Hollywood in the 1920s, we were not expecting to see too many people, of color. But I'm glad that the role was there. What was it like playing that part?
It was special to me. I think it was an important time for people of color. I think this was an era that I wasn't really familiar with until I got this part, and then it required me to research. And it was interesting to really have an opportunity to shed light on those pioneers who really paved the way in the entertainment industries for me to be here today talking to you.
And everything that they went through, right? And
they sacrificed as well. They did a lot so that I could be successful.
So, there's a saying that goes, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Do you think that there's really that much of a huge difference between what your character went through back in those times and what black actors like yourself are going through today as far as the tokenism? Because it seems like even in the film, right, only one of you guys gets to make it, only one of the black characters. And it kind of feels like that in today's day and age. It's always like that one role for that one black person. Do you think Hollywood has come a long way, or do you think they still have a ways to go?
I mean, I think they have come. Just in diversity in general as a whole, I think there's always room for improvement. I think you would agree. I think the best thing that we as artists can do is just really focus on why we're doing, people say find your why you want to pursue a career in the arts, because it is challenging and there are many of obstacles that present themselves. And I think it's just, even it's something that I was able to learn from Viola and Denzel, is that focusing on your journey and what you want and why you want it. And I think that's just kind of like the that you need to really be the driving force in how you're navigating your career.
But I have to ask you one last question. What was it like being on that set, though? Because it was such a dynamic set. There was a lot going on. Every scene was crazy, especially in the beginning. But yet somehow you still do stand out. So how was it like being on set?
I think it was fun. You want an opportunity to work with a great filmmaker like Damien and to work with a brilliant cast. So I was essentially excited to do anything I needed to do to prepare to be a character in this film and to play on a winning team.
I'm Eric Roberts,
And Eliza Roberts.
and you're watching
Sheen Magazine.
Sheen Magazine. Yeah, peace out.
The most beautiful couple on the carpet tonight. How are you guys doing?
Thank you so much.
Not everybody's arrived yet, so.
No, don't even do that to yourself. You look absolutely beautiful. And my goodness, you have such a gorgeous head of hair. Actually, both of you. It runs in the marriage, I see.
Oh.
So where do we start? So in the film, you obviously play Margot Robbie's dad. And it kind of shows the dynamic that's present in Hollywood today. You know, that starlet who's very talented, but she comes from a sort of tough situation with her family. You know, they don't have the healthiest relationship. So where did you draw from to be her dad? Did you draw from, you know, characters that you've seen in real life on sets with you where the dad comes on, is a bit of a mess? Or where did that come from?
Well, dysfunction is an American pastime, so that was easy for me, and to understand the dichotomy of the loss.
And obviously, this is such an ensemble cast. Everybody is huge. Everybody is talented with huge fan bases, which is why there's no way this film was never going to do well. But it's also a really good story. How did you get to be a part of the film? Did you kind of like hear all your friends were going to be in it and call up and say, hey, I want to be in it too? How did the casting go?
I'm not sure if Eric remembers. Damien Chazelle just came to Eric. He loves his work. He saw a few features from, let's say, Star 80 in this character. He also knows that Eric does have children. We have children who are in the industry. And he came to us, and it turned out that a very good friend of ours was his teacher, his film teacher at Harvard, at MIT. And so we had a connection from forever and ever.
6 degrees of separation.
And he just came, and we were doing the Righteous Gemstones, and he asked to do a Zoom, and Eric and Damien fell in love, and that was it.
Can I just say, I love you on Righteous Gemstones. When is the next season coming? I love that show with all my heart. And then every time I'm done watching it, I'm like, oh, I love that show. Brilliant. But when are you coming back?
I'm not.
No, wait.
Each season, they do a whole contained story, but you never know if the last season they might not bring back characters from previous seasons. Stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. But we love that show.
Oh my God.
It's my favorite job I ever had.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't blame you. You're so amazing in it.
Thank you.
Let me just ask you one more question. How do you keep the love going and brimming for many years? Because, you know, in Hollywood, it's sort of unheard of. So how do you stay authentic as a couple? Yeah.
Well, I have an answer to that. Can I give my answer?
Oh, I think so.
There are two things that hold a marriage forever. That's honesty. It's hard. Honesty, real honesty, and sex. Those two things, you got to have them both, and then it's good.
I love that. Honesty and good sex. Simple and to the point. But the honesty part is always the hard one. Thank you so much for stopping by, Sheen.
What's up, everybody? I'm Kelvin Griffin. I play Reginald in Babylon for Paramount. Listen, you're watching Sheen Magazine. I don't want you to go nowhere because you're in the right place, baby.
Hey everyone, so I'm standing here with Kelvin, and obviously you have this amazing role in the film, one of the few black roles in the film, so it's good to see you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I was feeling some kind of way, but then I had to remind myself, I mean, it's a movie about the movie industry in the 20s. We probably weren't around as much.
We're not around that much. That's why this movie is so crucial, because it shows the evolution. We still got some work to do, right?
Yeah.
But we are making strides. And that's what I care about. As long as we're making strides and not getting complete, that tells me that we're trying to.
And one thing that also stuck with me, you know, the other character, I mean, I don't want to give away what happens in the film, but one of you ends up making it to the big time. And so you see that concept of tokenism, and it makes sense for the 20s, but I kind of feel like in today's day and age, it's still there where it's like only one of you is going to make it and be the exceptional that gets the part. What do you think? Do you think it's shifted that much since the 20s as far as how many opportunities we are getting as black people?
It's shifted slowly. Right?
Yeah.
And as I said, we got work to do, because we cannot just say, oh, I'm just happy to have this, or I'm just happy this here. We got to make sure that we keep the foot on the gas, right? Keep the pedal to the metal, because we've got so many stories out there that need, right? And those stories are crucial to making sure that we keep ourselves educated.
But listen, in the meantime, I'm just happy to be here standing next to you and saying I got to talk to one of the brothers in the film. And I also am excited for you because obviously this is a huge film. So I'm expecting to we are all expecting to see you go on and do greater things. Do you think you can give us a little sneak about what you have coming up?
You know what? I'm in talks to join a film that will hit a lot on mental health. And that's important to me because I think it's okay to tell people that you're not okay, especially with the untimely death of Twitch. It breaks my heart. And so I want everybody that's seeing this interview to know that, listen, as a black man, I'm telling you that it's okay to say I'm not well, right? And I need some help. And we need to be that support system for each other so we can help each other out. So I'm excited to do that film and really start working on it in the new year and hopefully bring a lot more attention to mental health.
Hey everyone, so I'm standing here with Lee. Lee, how are you?
Very well, how are you?
I'm good. You look absolutely stunning. I mean, I thought you were stunning in the film, but in person, my gosh.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you look absolutely beautiful. Now, where do I start? First of all, what was it like being on that set with all those amazing actors, all that talent in one place? What was that like?
It was just really rewarding to be surrounded by people at the top of their game, being in a project that really is their passion project. So everybody wanted to be a part of cinematic history. We get to create something that will be in the cinemas forever.
So what's interesting about the film is just that little tokenism angle, which makes sense because it's the 1920s, but where they need to have maybe, if they're going to have an Asian person, it's going to be one person and they have to be something fantastical. And the same thing goes for the black talent as well. So what do you think of Hollywood in today's day and age as far as inclusivity for people of color, especially for people from the Asian community? Do you think that all that's supposed to be done is being done?
I think finally it is. I can't say that it started progressing earlier, but that I feel like only massive change started finally happening in the last decade or so. But I am happy that it is. You know, we still have a lot of work to do, but I am appreciative that I'm part of this journey and this transition.
Thank you so much for stopping by, Sheen. I feel like I gotta ask you though, that snake scene, was the snake real? Because I can't.
There were real snakes, but I can't say that the real snake was involved in every scene.
Your character is so badass. Thank you so much for stopping by, Sheen. They're telling me to rush you along, but you look absolutely stunning.
Thank you so much.
Hi, it's Lucas Haas, and you're watching Sheen TV.
Hey everyone, so I'm standing here with Lucas Haas. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I just finished watching the movie yesterday, and your character really touched me.
Thank you.
Such good vibes. Now, have you seen what happened with Twitch? He's he's a dancer. He was the DJ.
I heard about that. So sad.
So your character made me think about that because it shows you how even today in Hollywood, people are still battling mental health issues. So what do you think about portraying that character? And he was just this awesome, supportive, nice guy, kind of like Twitch was, and then he ends up taking his own life. So what was that? What was playing that like for you?
It was interesting. I mean, it's great to get to play characters that have those dynamics, where there's two sort of totally separate sides to them. But I just, he's like a sweet guy. He's funny and silly and he's supportive. And I think sometimes people who are give too much of themselves. You know what I mean? They give everything to other people, and then inside yeah.
Obviously, you're a successful actor, and it takes a team of people to prop you up. Do you have someone in your team that was the first one to tell you, I believe in you, and you feel like you can't live without them?
I mean, my parents have always been the most supportive.
That's awesome.
But the way I started, I got obsessed with becoming an actor when I was 4 years old. But it wasn't even becoming an actor as much as playing characters. So I kind of manifested it for my age, and I've gotten to do it ever since,
You knew what you wanted to do since you were 4. That is honestly a blessing. Most people don't know what they want to do when they're 40, so wow.
I've had to do this, what do I want to do? But
you came off fine. I mean, look at you. Look at where you're standing right now. It worked out great. So,
hi, I'm Flea, and this is Sheen Magazine. And I would like to say to you from the bottom of my heart,
Hello, everyone. Now, obviously, you know the person that I'm standing next to, but I'm going to introduce him anyway because why not? Hi, Flea. How are you doing?
very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. You know, I was watching the film. I was like, wait, is that Flea? Is that? Oh my God, it is. And you play such a tough guy in the film. What was the experience like for you?
You know, it's acting is serious business, and I take art that I make really seriously. So it was about doing the work to access a part of myself that's, you know, kind of inhumane and cruel, and wanting to live a life, a very humane and loving, caring life. Doing that is, you know, it's hard work. So I just, you know, I surrendered myself completely to the process and did what it took to get me there. And grateful for the opportunity. Like, I love collaborating with people I care about, to be part of art that I care about. And I've been lucky throughout my life to get to do that a lot. And in this circumstance, it was awesome. It's
How do you disconnect from playing this grim character that's all tough and then come back into real life and be this gentle person right in front of me? How do you do that disconnect as an actor?
you know, when the work is over, the work is over.
Right, don't take it home with you.
Yeah, but getting into it was pretty intense, you know. I mean, I was definitely finding a part of myself that is ugly. And, you know, that's scary for anybody, you know, of what things could be if, you know, how does someone abandon their dream of being a good person and become a asshole? Excuse my language, but, but you know what I mean. So, like, you know, the way I study and prepare, I'm pretty intense about it. So just go for it.
So obviously, we first came to know of you as our beloved Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and now you're obviously transitioning into acting. So are we going to be seeing you taking on a lot more roles? And what kind of roles are you going to be taking on in the future? Is it always going to be this tough guy, or are we going to see you do like a variety of things?
I have played a few real bad guys. I played really nice guys too. But I don't know, come what may, you know, I don't know. I don't really make plans. I'm not a plan maker. I just try to live a life where I can be the best artist that I can be. And when something's in front of me, I surrender myself completely to it.
All right, so I'm standing here with p.g.a, one of the assistant directors in the film. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Now, I know that you end up actually making a cameo in the film.
Making what?
A cameo in the film. You're the one who keeps like banging the door on the guy in the hot room, aren't you?
Yes.
So, was that planned, or was it sort of like, you know what, p.g.a, get in there and bang that door? How'd that go?
Well, look, I have a lot of children. Right. We were shooting during COVID. I had a lot to get out. Okay, so I was pissed. I had a lot to work through. No, but that being said, no, Damien is I think he knows what I bring. It's like, he's going to let me go. So I was allowed to improvise quite a bit. I even remember when I auditioned for it, he was like, I think you want to go a little deeper. You want to push a little more.
You actually auditioned for that. I mean, you did it great. To be honest with you, it's one of my best parts of the film. It's hilarious. But like, I didn't know that you actually had to audition for that. I thought they just kind of said, hey, assistant director, get in there. But like, that's cool.
No. You had to do that. I had to earn it. I didn't want to let you. Yes. I had to show that I could hurt people and make people feel terrible. Yes.
Right. So from assistant director to making a cameo on the film, are you seeing yourself being in front of the camera more often moving forward?
I think that's the plan. I hope so. I got 3 kids. Yeah, that's the plan to do it. Yeah, hopefully we'll keep going. I'm not here to let you down, damn it. Yeah.
He's like, Daddy's going to get the check whichever way possible. And so I am here with Tom Cross. He's the head of editing. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm so good, but I have so many questions for you. Okay. First and foremost, the film is obviously 3 hours and 9 minutes long. I enjoyed every bit of it, but I can't help but wonder, why was it so long? Was it from the onset of things it was supposed to be that long, or did you have so many good scenes that you're just like, you know what, let's make it a 3-hour film, everybody?
Well, it's a good question. It was always a 180-page script. Right. So from the start, Damien knew he wanted to make an epic movie. He, unlike Whiplash and La La Land and First Man, which were two-handers or single character movies, he knew that this movie was going to be an ensemble with a lot of different characters. It was important for him to show how Hollywood transforms people, but show it through the perspectives of all these different characters. And if we're going to do this, required a bigger movie. But also, like stylistically, Damien wanted to He wanted to like make a very maximalist movie that had everything in it. He wanted to put everything up on the screen. So that meant that there were going to be all sorts of stylistic shifts and tonal changes. We have a movie that starts off that's but then it is that are much more and then are about, you know, hearing a pin drop. And you need a movie of a certain size to be able to accommodate all those shifts.
I think the editing is honestly the hardest part of the film because it's the one that ties everything in together. Now, in the film, especially the first scenes, they were so chaotic in a good way. There was so much happening. Now, how do you, as an editor, make sure that people are able to capture all those facets? Because so many different things are happening, but somehow the viewer is able to see them all. How do you do that?
Yeah, well, a big thing that helped me on this movie was the way Damien and I work with the composer Justin Hurwitz. You know, Justin Hurwitz and Damien make the music, they create these melodies way before they start shooting. By the time I get film dailies, I have his music, so I cut to his music. So the high energy, up-tempo, coked up adrenaline of Justin Hurwitz's music was a guiding light for my cutting and for the rhythm of the movie.